So guys, I'm live right now here in Rego Park, Queens. The winds have calmed down a little bit, thankfully. They're nowhere as powerful as they were just about an hour ago. But you could still see those scuds. They're screaming in. They are screaming from the south right now. And if you zoom in just a little bit, you can tell there's some pretty strong winds. I mean, look at that flag. It's flying at half staff because of the coronavirus. Look at it's blowing out there a little. Like when we're not even dealing with the strongest winds right now. I've seen even stronger winds earlier today. I mean, look at how the rain. I mean, look at how heavy the rain's coming down right now. Whoa! You just listen to the wind blow and the rain just. Whoa! Yep. Just check this out, guys. I mean, just check it out. The winds are really gusty. They're gusting at about, what, 25 miles an hour right now at this moment. But we sometimes are getting some stronger gusts to 40, 45 every, like, 30, 40 minutes. We might get some of those really strong gusts that will come through. Currently, the surrounding areas just to my west and to my south are under a tornado watch. And areas just south of Lancaster, PA are under a severe thunderstorm warning. And there's a few severe warned storms in PA. None of them are tornado warned at the moment, but they are severe warned. And as these storms come into this very unstable air mass, especially that's just to my south and west, where temperatures are in the 60s. Here in New York City, where I am, the temperature's around 56 degrees. As you can see on that handy thermometer there. It's probably a couple degrees off. I think it's a little warmer because LaGuardia Airport reported 58. Whoa. Or maybe that is a more accurate thermometer. But whether it's accurate or not, it doesn't really matter because the weather is it's just absolutely dreadful. We are dealing with heavy rain, with strong winds. I mean, we're not going to see any severe weather here in New York City, but we're going to see damaging winds in excess of 60 miles per hour, which is why we're under a high wind warning. And surrounding coastal waters are under a storm warning. Even New York Harbor is under, I believe, a gale warning. But surrounding coastal waters are under a storm warning, even though New York Harbor is likely going to see storm force winds. They have issued, I think, a gale warning for New York Harbor and a storm warning for areas to the south, coastal waters like from Montauk Point, New York, out to all the way out. Long Island South Shore bays, they're under a gale warning as well. But for the coastal waters, it's a storm warning. But some of the models have indicated that it might even be hurricane force winds. Possibility, yes. I would not be surprised if we see gusts in excess of 70. And I don't even mean in the storms. I just mean in general, non-thunderstorm wind gusts. There's a chance some areas could see a non-thunderstorm related gust in excess of 70 miles per hour. Oh yeah, they're welcoming the Mashiach. It's a parade for Hanukkah. They're doing like a little Hanukkah parade. So right now we're dealing with moderate rain. These are cells that just popped up in the past hour that are drenching us. I'm going to take a look at the term. So I just checked the radar. There's some pretty intense showers heading my way. They're going to have some really gusty winds, probably 50, 60 miles per hour or 40 to 50. I don't see any lightning with them. There hasn't been any. But if you take a look how fast those scuds are moving. They're like really racing along. They're moving at about, I would say, 50 to 60 miles per hour. I mean, those scuds are really high up. They're about, what, 800 feet, 700 feet there. And they're moving really fast. Like, you could literally just see them racing along. And the winds are actually from the southeast. If we had winds today from the south or the southwest, temperature would probably be at least 5 to 6 degrees warmer, because the Gulf of Mexico is about 10 degrees warmer. This is the warmest the Gulf of Mexico has ever been for this time of year. Yes, the Gulf of Mexico is setting records for anomalies and how warm the water is. Yes, it's that crazily warm. I mean, this is climate change, guys. We're seeing bona fide climate change. Even though that's a hot cellar. It's a yellow ambulance. It's gonna be yellow and orange. Or nope, never mind. It's probably another coronavirus patient. We already have over 100,000 cases in New York City, and we've more than doubled. We've sadly more than doubled our fatality rate from 9/11. You know, 9/11 killed 2,998 people in New York City at the collapse of the World Trade Centers. New York City has already lost more than 6,000 people from the coronavirus. So we've more than doubled our fatalities. We have more than doubled our fatalities just in the city from the entire 9/11 attacks. We've quadrupled. We have lost 20 times more people to the coronavirus alone than we have to murders in New York City. New York City averages about 300 to 350 murders every year, and we've lost over 6,000 people. We've lost more than 20 times, over 20 times the people that died from murders have died from the coronavirus, and it's still going on. We're still seeing new infections. Already half my family, sadly, has a coronavirus. My great uncle, though he's making a recovery right now. So my great uncle, my aunt, her husband, and my 3 cousins all have the coronavirus right now. All their test results came back positive, including my uncles and my great uncles and my great aunt. They all tested positive for the coronavirus, guys. It's serious. Like, my best friend, one of my close friends, lost a friend of theirs, and they were crying to me on the phone. You know, they had Down syndrome, the person who passed away. Oh, I just went up to 57. Anyway, yeah. So this is a very, 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 like, this isn't, like, everyone's going to know someone who passed away from the coronavirus. This is something that's not going to go away. And the worst part is that the coronavirus can come back. Literally, there have been people who've tested, who were treated and released after they tested negative, only to test positive again. Like, I believe that the virus can linger in the body for over a month, or even 2 months, or even worse. The virus might go away and then reactivate in the body, especially if you're having a weak immune system. This is a very, very serious virus, guys. This is not something to be trifled with. This is a very life-threatening situation. I'm hearing Cuomo saying we're flattening the curve. Yes, we are flattening the curve. But we must continue to shelter. We must continue to practice social distancing. We must continue to shelter in place, basically. And only go out for absolutely necessary things. Like, for me, my printer broke, so I had to go to Staples to get, paper. Yeah, this is not good. The coronavirus can actually reactivate in the body. This is like a level 10 emergency, guys. we could be facing another 1918 style pandemic. In fact, among people 75 and over, the mortality rate is over 25% in New York City. Like literally, among 75 and older, 25% of those who get the coronavirus die. I mean, among people my age, the mortality rate is about on par with the seasonal flu. I mean, it's a little more fatal than the seasonal flu, about 0.7%. We are having winds. We are having really strong winds right now, guys. Yep, just this is what the video was about anyways. Look, winds are getting strong again. I mean, traffic's getting a little busy again. I mean, this is something I usually see on a weekend. Like, this is like usually quiet. Like, you see how empty the parking lot is here? Basically, America's travels have been down by 50%. Airlines are almost completely empty because, you know, we need to practice social distancing. Also, this is a great thing for the environment. This year, CO2 concentrations at Mauna Loa have risen less than 2 parts per million. We saw a pretty substantial increase, 0.68, which is actually one of the lower increases. And I think the coronavirus has something to do with that. Say we have an 18-month prolonged pandemic, and we continue to practice social distancing for the most part of the year. Next year at Mauna Loa, we might see a very small increase, maybe hardly noticeable. And this would prove that humanity really does contribute to climate change. This can be a very good indicator of how much mankind contributes to climate change. Because just 1 year of significantly reduced human activity, all of a sudden, you imagine seeing a huge decrease, or not decrease in the amount of CO2 that is increasing at Mauna Loa. So basically like a flattening of the curve of the increase of carbon dioxide, for example. So if scientists can realize how urgent, how suddenly we can actually lower our emissions, it bodes very well for climate science and climate research. I think this coronavirus pandemic is both a blessing and a curse. It's a curse and blessing, I guess. It's a double-edged sword, basically. It's causing a lot of problems. Oh, fuck. Like, it's causing a lot of problems for people. It's causing problems for me. Like, half my family is sick. But it's also helping people who are disabled. Like, people who are not disabled, they now know, like, oh my God, I'm homebound. You know, now people who are usually not homebound are now all of a sudden thrust into the shoes of some friends who in the past were usually homebound. Like, I was homebound for a few years. I mean, the circumstances were different from what, like, other homebound people who are homebound because of their disability. I was homebound indirectly because of my disability. It was more so because of my family. Just trying to control me, you know. Help. Punch it out. Thank you. So yes, we can do a lot to fix the climate. So just for a second there, I'm gonna go. Actually, no, I'm not gonna go. I'm actually gonna advertise this live stream right now on my Facebook group. Just gonna take me a minute, so please don't leave. I'm only gonna be gone for 1 minute.
Next stop is Metropolitan Avenue and Southbridge Street.
So guys, I'm on the bus now. So while I was out there advertising my channel on YouTube, I amassed some subscribers, trying to basically stream this online. Thank you for still being there. Okay, guys, so.
Now arriving at Metropolitan Avenue and Southbridge Street.
Damn it, this thing is so annoying. Man. Yeah, but I guess it's also a godsend if you're like about to fall asleep and it screams your station and you get out just in time. So that's also a point to note. Well, I'm about to get slammed by some really strong winds and heavy rain. Because there's now there's a squall line type a line coming in right now. There's actually two. There's one that's over Manhattan and southern Brooklyn, and a second one that's in north central and central New Jersey that's coming my way.
Next stop is Metropolitan Avenue and 69th Road.
So yes, it's basically rushing at me at like 55, 65 miles per hour. And it should be here in about, the first line should be here in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Oh, look, it's already starting to rain. That could already be, because that could already be it here.
Now arriving at Metropolitan Avenue and 69th Road.
Nuts. I mean, look how strong the winds are here. I mean, they're not as strong as they were earlier. Like, they're coming in waves. Get a strong wave of wind and it stops.
Next stop is Metropolitan Avenue and 70th Road.
You know what? I'm going to the back. There's no freaking speakers there.
Now arriving at Metropolitan Avenue and 70th Road.
Oh no, look at that. Oh God. Could have spoke this and look at that, right there. Oh, the damn speaker. The speakers all over the damn bus. And yep, it's pouring now outside. I'm looking out the window right now and it's absolutely pouring.
Next stop is 71st Avenue and Metropolitan Avenue.
This is 71st Avenue, Metropolitan Avenue. Every few seconds. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I've been trying to talk about this, not just the coronavirus, but how it's impacting the climate.
Now arriving at 71st Avenue and Metropolitan Avenue.
Oh, look at that. Yep, there comes the first one. See how it looks like a hurricane out there right now? Yeah. Well, now it's calming down. That's because the winds are calmer. So does the winds pick up? Oh, look at that. Yeah. I'll be right back. Oh, my phone's about to die. I'm currently at 1%. So, guys.
Next stop is Austin Street and 70th Road.
Guys, look, my phone's at 1%. I'm not gonna make it. So, guys, listen. I'm gonna go home right now, and I'm gonna put my phone on charge. I'm gonna continue the live stream when I get home, but to save my battery, I'm gonna turn off the screen so that when the phone dies so it doesn't die on me, because I don't want to start a new live stream. Okay, I gotta go. Bye. iPhone 7.
Oh, nice camera.
Nice what?
Camera.
I'm having a lot of problems with it.
Oh, really?
It's not focusing. Like, this phone's 4 years old. It
From here, it just looks clear. I can see the green dots and everything.
no, what you're seeing is the
Ah,
is this. It's not like see. This thing's freaking focus. Oh, come on. Damn it. Yeah, but yeah. Freaking focus.
Queens Boulevard, 67th Road.
Yeah. So check out how heavy it's raining right now. We're absolutely getting drenched right now here in Rego Park, Queens. Just check this out. I mean, oh my God. And this is not even the worst of the storms. There's actually severe stuff heading our way. This is just the tip of the iceberg, guys. No, right now we're dealing with 30, 40 mile an hour winds. The winds have actually calmed down a little bit. Actually, it's not hard to walk right now, you know. And I can't believe my phone held up this far while reading 1%. Maybe there's just something wrong with the sensor. Now the winds are picking up again. I mean, there's a few branches down right now. So far we haven't, whoa. So far we haven't had any thunderstorms yet, but the winds are already getting strong. Look at this. Oh my God, look at that. Holy crap. Holy crap, guys. We're having like hurricane-like conditions right now. Look at this, guys. Look at the wind-driven rain. Look at the sheets of rain rolling down just rushing down the streets. Just the sheets of rain coming down the streets. This is a real storm. This is something I haven't seen in a long time. Whoa. Oh man, look at all that stuff blowing around. It's absolutely insane. I mean, it's not like the strongest winds I've seen. I've definitely seen stronger. And in fact, I expected more than this. You know, I was actually expecting even stronger winds than this. But I think some of the strongest winds probably came to our east, where Long Island's seeing gusts of 60, 70 miles an hour. We're seeing gusts here in the city of 45 to 55. Like Kennedy Airport had some 50-mile-an-hour gusts today. I mean, the scuds are really, really, really moving fast. I mean, just check that out. I mean, just look how fast those scuds are moving there. I mean, they're just rolling along. Like, they are rushing along. They're moving at speeds of 50, 60 miles an hour. Oh, crap, guys. There's an even stronger one coming in. The rain's about to get even heavier. Oh, man. Whether my phone dies or not, it's about to get crazy in the next few minutes. And I can't believe it, but I was able to print my stuff. My phone's about to die. I'm recording this because I'm in the middle of a really crazy, like, storm right now. Well, basically, it's not even a squall line. This is not a squall. This is just a band of rain. But there's so much strong winds associated aloft with this. I mean, there's just so much strong winds aloft. I mean, look at those scuds just literally zipping along. They're really high up, though. Those scuds are like, whoa! Those scuds are about 30, maybe 1,000, 500, 600 feet up, and they're moving so fast you would think they're only maybe 50 feet ahead, above you, because the winds right now are between 60 and 70, just a few hundred feet up. There's some incredibly strong winds, just a very strong low-level jet. I mean, if instability was there, we would have seen big tornadoes today. I mean, the wind energy is definitely there for some massive tornadoes here in New York City, but the instability just doesn't support it. I mean, really, mid to upper 50s is not supportive for tornadoes, guys. I mean, it just isn't. Crazy thing is, I could actually see the Manhattan skyline despite all this craziness going on. I mean, that's not because of the lack of pollution. It's just, well, kind of is, in a way, the lack of pollution. I mean, look, this is Monday afternoon. It's 3:30 p.m. This should be the rush hour. Do you see rush hour? Nope, I seen empty roads. Yeah, guys, look. This is actually rush hour. This is the times that everyone's rushing home, you know? This is usually rush hour, peak travel time. And all you're seeing is a few cars going up and down the street. This is Queens Boulevard, for Pete's sake. It's like a freaking ghost town right now. And look at those strong winds just blowing those trees around. I'm surprised I haven't seen any trees down today. I mean, look how... Like, literally, the street is a freaking ghost town. Even on the weekends, I've never seen the streets this empty. It's currently 1 p.m. It's currently 2 p.m. right now. It's about 1:55. Nope, it's actually